starting group. They've got Jalen Wells. Santi Aldama is out there with Jackson. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Coward in at the shooting guard. And for Portland, on the block, you'll see Kamara and Klingon. The wings for him, Sharp and Avdia. And it's Holiday in a point. Greg, we look at the rosters of these teams, the athleticism they both have just jumps right off the page.
Listen, we're almost guaranteed multiple highlight-level plays in this one. This is the kind of game where you see what incredible athletes the NBA has.
Now, here's Wells. Pass to Aldama. Outside Jackson, 4 on the shot clock. Rebound by the Trailblazers. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
And it's going to come down to effort tonight. Last time they met each other, they were demolished on the boards, and that rebounding difference led to a sizable loss.
Yeah, it wasn't their finest hour or finest 2 hours. It has to be a matter of pride for them this time.
Now Jackson, following Drew Holiday's three-point attempt. Offline with his three. And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Good ball movement here by the Trailblazers. They get the rebound, and it's Klingon with the jam.
And this young man lives on the offensive glass. Tough to stop Klingon when he's that close.
Wells passes to Aldama. Here's Jerome. Pass to Wells. Here's Coward. Defended by Sharp. To the left wing. Here's Jerome. And again, Memphis no good. Portland's gone 0 of 2 from deep here. Fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
And when you watch Kamara, Coach, what stands out to you the most?
Well, look, I think what stands out the most is his athletic ability and his energy. Those things he brings every night, and he gets a lot done with those. And then his skills just continue to improve. And as they do, the sky's the limit.
And Coach Van Gundy, the big name for Memphis is John Morant. But his superstar trajectory hitting a little bit of turbulence.
Well, some of those troubles were self-inflicted, Kevin, but also questions about his high-flying style. As he said himself, the falls can take it out of you. Well, it took him 4 attempts, but they've taken the lid off the basket. Maybe that'll get some momentum going.
Avdia finds Holiday. In the corner, Kamara with it. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Memphis is gone 1 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the game. Jackson passes to Aldama. Outside Jackson. Now Aldama. This game he had 12. Pass to Jackson. Fires the 3. And again, it's the Grizzlies from deep.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Now, here's Sharp. Over in the corner, Avdia. Now, Kamara. Guarded by Jackson. Now, Sharp. Klingon the screen for Holiday. And out of bounds as the Grizzlies gain possession.
A moment here to check out some of the stats for Drew Holiday. He's averaging 14 points a game, 6 assists and 4 rebounds. But that's just part of the picture. His defensive presence goes beyond the stat sheet.
Yeah, his true impact on the defensive end cannot be measured by stats.
Back to Jerome. Pass to Coward. Jerome deciding where to go with it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Oh, the officials are all over that.
Memphis shooting their first free throws of the game.
And how about as a group, 80% on the season, one of their best attributes.
The first one falls. Hey, Greg, after 2 seasons in Milwaukee, how about Damian Lillard going back to the Blazers roster even as he works his way back from the Achilles?
And in the meantime, he gets to watch this relatively young group compete. Their activity and defensive edge should pair nicely with his offensive brilliance next season.
He's off on the second. Stan, when you have these back-to-back games, it must force you to alter your approach a little.
Well, Kevin, you got to manage minutes more carefully to not burn guys out. But really, if you can get the first one, it takes a little pressure off the back end.
I tell you, not only does Klingon set sturdy screens, he knows how to make himself available for the pass.
To the inside, here's Aldama. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. It goes on Donovan Klingon.
Second team foul.
And the 7-footer, Santi Aldama. You know, Stan, he looks like a guard out there at times.
Oh, the way this guy has improved since he's come into the league is phenomenal. You know, this is a guy who's gotten better as a shooter, more consistent, more efficient. But then he's added, like you said, his ability to put the ball on the floor and attack the basket, and his ability to pass off the dribble. This is a very skilled big man.
And since their scrappy play last season, Coach, the Blazers extending the contract of head coach Chauncey Billups.
Yeah, great decision, as well as a renewed contract with the front office. Times have passed, their seats have grown hot, but nice to see that commitment to what they're building. Well, not the place Aldama makes the biggest impact. He specializes elsewhere on the court.
Holiday, the shot goes in, first of the night. He's 1 for 3 to start the game.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Jerome finds Jackson. Here's the 3. Portland grabs the miss. Avdia's got 4 rebounds in this game.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
First personal foul.
The Trailblazers have shot just 1 free throw earlier, 1 for 1 in the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First one falls for him. And this Grizzlies organization, Greg, not afraid to innovate.
Yeah, we see that with the offense they've implemented, different from just about any other team in the league. Rather than pick and roll, it's much more predicated on off-ball shifts and cutting.
And so Kamara nails both of them. The Grizzlies trail by 3. Jerome with it. Scoreless thus far. Pass to Aldama. Stolen by Holiday. No one near as Jerome lets it go. Buries it from 3-point range.
Good read by Aldama. His selfless attitude is why his guys enjoy playing.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one-hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Here's Coward. The Blazers getting the bucket. Here's Aldama. He's been producing a fair amount of offense night in and night out as he's averaging 14 points a game. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Jerome. And the Grizzlies another 3.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Sharp the pass to Holiday. Shoots the 3. Here's Klingon. And it's Klingon with the jam.
We'll see if they can finally hold on to a lead. It's been back and forth all night.
Well, this is why the fans are here. Each team trading blows, increasing the entertainment value.
Here's Aldama. And that one is good from Jerome.
For 3.
And here's Holiday. Pass to Klingon. Now Sharp. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
For Memphis, they've gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Holiday against Jerome. Pass to Coward. Here's Wells. No good on the three. And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Kings in Sacramento. Holiday finds Sharp. Here's Klingon, defended by Aldama. And here's Holiday. 6 to shoot. Shoots over Jerome. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Another bucket down low. They've been the aggressors, taking the ball inside and attacking at the rim.
Hey, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Blazers?
Well, the way they've been attacking inside is phenomenal. Consistently getting high percentage looks, and that's what great offenses are all about.
And another thing Coach will be thrilled with, the assist numbers, spreading the wealth and creating some offensive opportunities.
The first thing that comes up when you think of Drew Holiday, defense. He's probably the best perimeter defender of his generation. He can guard multiple positions and gives full effort every night.
Jerome with it, guarded by Holiday. And the officials call him for a 3-second violation. Well, in terms of rebounding over the last 10 games, these are the rookies that have been head and shoulders above the rest. Donovan Klingon on top.
Well, we've seen how ferocious he can be in the paint. He's not shy about trading elbows and bodying up for position.
Pass to Kamare. Now here is Holiday. He had 15 points last outing. Here's Kamare. Outside Holiday. Klingon, the screen for Holiday. Bangs home the trifecta. And it's a 6-point Trailblazer lead.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
To the middle to end the run. And Aldama slams it in.
And look at how well Aldama moves. Setting the screen, but then quickly moving into scoring position.
Now Sharp. We saw him with 19 points his last outing. Outside Holiday for 3. Rebounded by Jackson. The Grizzlies trail by 4. Down low. Aldama gets the bucket. Aldama's got 8 points.
Using that almost 7-foot frame, Santi Aldama, the Spaniard.
And so Chauncey Billups decides to call timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. So Portland ends up going with the new group. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Denny Avdia.
And I can't say I'm surprised. A star of his caliber figuring out ways to continue to increase his impact and output. Hard to even talk about a ceiling when you see the progression of his scoring these last few years.
Yang pass to Love. Here's Sissoko. Grant on the wing. Out to Henderson. 5 to shoot. Wants to get it to Grant and does. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, Grant has added range, but hasn't lost anything in close.
And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Yeah, 3 turnovers so far, and the real issue is the fact that they're unforced, too careless with the basketball.
And Portland making a change here. Rupert's checked in. Caldwell Pope, he's checked in for the Grizzlies. Portland leading by 4. Henderson dishes to Grant. There's the pick. Pass to Sissoko. Off target from 3-point range. The Grizzlies have gone 7 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. Here's Jerome. There's a screen by Aldama. Jerome, no good. And it's Henderson with the ball for Portland. Grant outside. To the paint. The lead pass was put in just the right spot. And the Trailblazers lead by 6.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Pass to Aldama. Here's Jerome. To the inside. Hendricks lays it up off the glass.
I'll tell you what, I'm not sure these guys can keep this up.
Well, you expect there to be peaks and valleys, but you've got some excellent scores on both sides.
Now here's Henderson. Hasn't made one yet.
2 minutes remaining in the first. Curry.
The Trailblazers need to get off a shot. No good from Grant.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Pass to Spencer. Jerome with it. He had 28 points in the win against the Kings in Sacramento.
Well, he also did a good job of making plays for others. What a performance from him.
Here's Rupert. They lead by 4. Over to the left wing. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Grant for 3. The rebound by Caldwell Pope.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
You know, Greg, being a two-way player got Jeremy Grant into the NBA. But now he's grown even more.
Yeah, early on in his career, he was often the primary defender on elite scorers. Then he added scoring to his game in Detroit, becoming an effective two-way player.
And here are the Trailblazers now. Grizzlies making the shot. Left side, Grant. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Defensive foul.
Taking the contact and converting anyway. Give it up for Grant.
And as his career has progressed, Dan, Jeremy Grant becoming a more offensively focused player.
Well, absolutely, Kevin. I think that Jeremy Grant's one of those guys that got his early playing time in the league with defense, energy, and effort. And as he got more playing time, that allowed him to develop his offensive skills. And now he is a very good scorer on top of what he gives you on the defensive end.
I'm told now by our producer, do we have him, guys? Okay, we do. We have a call coming in from Shams Charani. Shams, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
The international flavors has continued to boom in the NBA, and a big part of that moving forward, guys, is going to be Yang Hansen. He's going to be the driver of millions and millions of viewers abroad, and so for Portland, for the NBA, Yang Hansen's going to be a player to keep a very close eye on.
Crossing over the borders. Thanks so much for the report, Shams. Sharp on the wing. Buries it down low. Sharp's got his second bucket. Drew Holiday has been on display for Portland. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific basketball instinct on display. Right back after this break. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Aggressive at running guys to the backboard. You could tell it was part of their game plan coming in.
Yeah, we're not surprised by this. These guys work hard, and they are physical.
Henderson and Sharp are the guards. Then there's Jeremy Grant. And it's Sissoko in at the 3 slot. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And when it comes to team building, GA, there's been a debate about whether the 2-star or 3-star approach is more effective.
Kevin, for me, I think it comes down to fit more than anything. It doesn't matter how many stars you have if they don't mesh. And if they're not comfortable in the role that's carved out for them on that respective team.
And so he hits both. Here's Spencer. 20 points for him last game against the Kings in Sacramento.
Well, and he was also doing a great job feeding his teammates, racking up the assists. So important to team chemistry.
Oh, and the jam by Sharp.
Out of this world. Sharp is so quick into the air, and then he just hangs forever. Able to do things most others can't.
What a great look here at this tremendous move from our AT&T Connected Cam point of view. The Grizzlies trail by 10. Anderson outside. Portland grabs the miss. Last game matchup with the Suns, a tough loss there.
Really a disappointing effort. That game could have and should have been closer than it was.
Yeah, look, that's not the kind of performance they would have liked. But the one good thing about this league, the next game's always right around the corner.
And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Anderson. Here now, the league's highest scoring teams the past 10 games. What a stretch it has been for these guys. Fifth best, the Grizzlies.
Yeah, what an impressive run for this club. Everybody seems to be in a rhythm in terms of scoring, and they are putting up some big numbers.
Trailblazers leading by 10. Henderson passes to Yang. Now, here's Sharp. Left side, Grant. Launches from deep. The rebound by Anderson.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking them up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
The shot from the low post is good. Anderson's got it back down to within single digits for Memphis.
And sometimes you forget how long Anderson is. Possessing a 7'2" wingspan, it makes him a problem inside.
And now, Hallie LaForce has something for us from the sideline.
Thanks a lot. Jeremy Grant began his career as an activity role player, but he's been adding layers. He said at the start, whatever I needed to do to get on the court, whether it was defense, rebounding, blocking shots, I was going to do it. I wanted to see what I was capable of, so I put a lot of work in expanding my role. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, Allie. The Trailblazers making a switch here. Wesley's checked in. To Jerome. Some nice passing there by Memphis. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Grizzlies have split their free throws right down the middle so far. They're 2 for 2.
Taking 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Jerome. Scoot Henderson's checked in for the Trailblazers. And Jerome drops them both.
I'm sure they don't want to send him to the line. That has to be in their scouting report.
It's Henderson on the wing, guarded by Jerome. No good from Grant.
Yeah, not his best night in terms of shot selection. Lucky for him, his teammates have picked up the slack.
Pass to Coward. Connects from three-point range.
3.
Coward's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Henderson passes to Yang. And here's Sharp. Jacks up a three. Wells grabs the miss. Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies winning their last game against the Kings. Here's Prosper. He has yet to score. Wells passes to Anderson. Shot clock at 6. Here's Coward. And it's Portland with the rebound. Henderson outside. Yang passes to Sharp. Inside, here's Grant. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. 6 points for Jeremy Grant.
I like wings who can score inside. Grant showing that skill.
Jerome against Henderson. Pass to Prosper. Out to the wing. Here's Jerome. A 3-ball. The rebound by Grant.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Henderson outside. Lays it up and banks it in. And now it's a 10-point Trailblazer lead.
A little like Donovan Mitchell there. Henderson makes some really tough shots in traffic.
Henderson against Jerome. Out left to the wing. Pass to Coward. Now here's Wells. Memphis needs to get off a shot here. Jerome. And again, Memphis no good.
Well, he started out with 3 triples in the first quarter, but he hasn't been able to connect from distance here in the second.
And here's Sharp. Henderson with the screen for Sharp. That 3 off target had some space there after the little pump fake. Here's Coward. And another miss by Memphis.
Finding space on the perimeter, but he couldn't capitalize.
Pass to Henderson. Here's to Soka. Wants to get it to Grant and does. And Grant slams it home.
Well, if you're a fan of Jeremy Grant, that's what you love to see. Phenomenal throwdown.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. Jackson is checked in for the Grizzlies. And here's Jerome. He'll bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. Down by 12. Jackson kicks to Wells. Pass to Coward. Holiday against Jerome. Jackson a screen on Holiday. Jerome, no good. Portland leading by 12. Now Klingon. 14 points from him the last game against Phoenix.
Yeah, and how about his work on the defensive side? Swatting away several shot attempts.
Here's Jerome. Portland making their last shot. Pass to Coward. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Just 5 on the clock. Back to Jackson to stop the drought. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got 5 rebounds tonight.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
Now, here's Sean. 14 points, their largest lead in the game.
Well, you can't question his confidence from out there, but it's not falling. Maybe time for a different approach.
Jerome with it, guarded by Holiday. On the wing, Jackson. The Grizzlies with another miss.
Familiar results for him. He can't get anything to go.
Sharp finds Kamara.
Oh, good pass right there from Sharp. These types of plays really help team chemistry.
The Grizzlies trail by 16. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And so the timeout here called by Thomas Isolo. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. Grant, he's checked in for Shaden Sharp. Santi Aldama's checked in for Memphis. Here's Jackson. He had 16 points in the win against Sacramento.
And he did a lot of work on the glass as well. He impacted the game on multiple fronts.
Jackson, a screen on Holiday. Here's Jerome. Jackson from long range. Portland grabs the miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
Grant dishes to Holiday. Back to Grant. 6 to shoot. And Portland again with the bucket.
And for Grant, his jumper has come a long way since entering the league.
Outside Jackson. Back to Jerome. Good, nice job down low. Jerome's got 4 points this quarter.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
And nice pass by Grant. And this is what happens when you become a great scorer. You draw defenders, which often leaves someone open.
Jerome with it, guarded by Holiday. It's good. Jerome's got 17.
Well-placed pass in the hands of a guy ready to attack.
Holiday, the pass to Grant. Now Klingon, guarded by Jackson. And the rejection by Jackson. And we got to take a second look to admire that outstanding block.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing when to rise up and swat that one away.
Avdia, still scoreless. Fires from the wing. Here's Klingon, and it's Klingon with the jam.
Oh, getting fancy now, Klingon. Wow.
Jerome with it, 17 points in the game. The drive by Jackson, takes the three. Aldama can't hit.
Just enough coverage to bother that three-point attempt.
And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
This trip is his second to the free throw line in this one.
He's been doing really nice work at the line, 83%.
And the Grizzlies making a change here. Spencer's checked in.
One shot.
And the free throw, no good.
Well, with a guy like Grant, you know he's going to find ways to contribute across the board.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Here's Aldama. 8 points for him. Jerome passes to Spencer. Launches it. Wells' shot is good.
Well, maybe not the shot they were looking for there, but the defense gave it to him, and he knocked it down.
Pass to Klingon. Back to Holiday. Here he goes. Good. Score the basket. Mark him 4 for 8. Shooting 50% so far.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Some nice passing there by Memphis. To the wing right side. Here's Spencer. Clock at 6. This one for 3. Jerome. No good.
And offensively, they've gotten stuck on the perimeter, falling in love with the jumper.
Pass to Grant from downtown. The offensive rebound. A second chance effort. Here's Klingon. And finally they hit one. Klingon's got 14 points for the game.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today, and there is a glaring discrepancy between these two teams in that area.
Aldama with the ball. Klingon covering. Aldama can't hit. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. Pass to Klingon. Good once again. That makes him 8 for 9 in this game.
Guys, his consistency in terms of shooting has really helped them seize control.
Here's Jerome. He's got 17. Aldama. No good on the triple.
Well, the defense catches a break there. You expect him to make those.
Holiday looking for an opening. There's a screen by Kamara. With the step back. Unloads from 13. Got it off in time. And so it's Portland ahead by 26 points as we get ready for the break. The scoring has been lights out with very high accuracy. We've got more in store for you right after this.
Fans, please direct your attention to center court. And get ready for the fan half-court shot. Drums, please. They're thinking about the shot. Let's hear it for the participants.
Welcome to halftime. First up, let's check out what games are tipping off tonight. Out in Boston, it'll be the Celtics against the Heat. That one gets going 7:30 Eastern Time.
There's plenty on the line in this game. This establishes the pecking order.
Yeah, but it may just come down to which team gets hot. And I don't know which team that's going to be, but whatever team gets hot, watch out.
And switching gears now to that first half. What a difficult start for the Memphis Grizzlies.
Number one goal in the offseason, get yourself some rim protectors. The guys you have cannot do it.
And credit their opponent for relentlessly exploiting that here. And that's a halftime wrap. Let's get back to the second half with the call by Kevin Harlan and the crew.
And after a very lopsided first half, we'll see if things play out a little more evenly here in the second. One of the stories here, Ty Jerome getting it done today.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, I'd love to see what they drew up in the locker room because you're right. He's the problem right now.
So it's Portland now. Taking a look at the Grizzlies. We've got Santi Aldama. Wells is out there with Jackson. Then there's Ty Jerome. And it's Coward in at the two-guard spot. Down low. Pass to Wells. Here's Jerome. There's a screen by Aldama. Drills the three-pointer. Jerome's got it going here in the start of the second half. The first points in the third quarter for the Grizzlies. And slam dunk by Kamara.
Well, their schemes have been effective, and he's been a significant part of their focus.
Pass to Wells. Now here's Jackson, covered by Kamara. Jerome against Holiday. Back to Jackson. Now here's Wells. Here's Aldama.
Intimidation at the defensive end. That's something Klingon can provide right away, while the rest of his game is a bit of a work in progress.
And looking at that replay again, just a big-time block right there.
Yeah, quick thinking pays off big. What a block.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thank you, Kevin. In an era of title or bust thinking, it's noteworthy that the grit and grind Grizzlies of the 2010s are properly celebrated. While they never made it past the Western Conference Finals, their physical style, built around Zach Randolph, Marc Gasol, Tony Allen, and Mike Conley, built a lasting legacy in Memphis. Kevin, back over to you.
Thank you, Allie. Count it. Klingons got 18 points.
They're scoring boatloads of buckets. It's raining buckets from inside.
Jerome passes to Aldama. There's the triple. Portland grabs the miss.
Not a great start to this second half. Just 1 for 4. Got to find ways to generate better looks here.
The shot by Sharp. Nobody around. And Portland again with the bucket.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, it's certainly worth it to disrupt the offense. Coaches notice that extra effort.
Here's Aldama. Nails the baby hook. 10 points for him.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Pass to Sharp. Outside Holiday. And the wide open shot from Avdia. Sinks the triple. Avdia's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Quick trigger from Avdia. He anticipated the pass and drilled the jet.
Here's Aldama. Here's Coward. Here's Jerome. Oh, good with the triple. For Portland, they've gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Outside Holiday. Sharp finds Avdia. Holiday with the 3, buries the long-range jumper.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Aldama passes to Jerome. To the wing on the left. Outside Jackson. 6 on the shot clock. From deep. And it's Portland with the rebound. Klingons got rebound number 15 here tonight. Sharp on the wing. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Defensively, they just look out of sync, not closing out on the threes in time.
Pass to Wells. To the middle. He's looking for Aldama and finds him. There's Jackson with the 3. Avdia with the rebound.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
Yeah, they might want to draw something up here to get him something at the rim or get him to the free throw line. Sometimes that's all it takes to snap a cold streak.
Now, here's Avdia. One of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game.
And when someone as big as Donovan Klingon gets going, he's so hard to stop. Keep feeding the big fella.
And here are the Grizzlies now. The Blazers getting the bucket. Up top, Wells. Here's Coward. The Grizzlies with another miss.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes it worse.
Their body language does not look good right now. They're deflated and unable to stop this run.
Kamara down low. Jackson on him, and it's Clingan with the jam.
And wow, what skill for Clingan to take over a game in his first season.
Now Jerome, he's got 20. Aldama with the ball. Back to Jerome. Jackson, a screen on Holiday. Jerome finds Jackson. Some nice passing there by Memphis. Coward. The Grizzlies with another miss. Trailblazers have gotten 8 of their 11 shots to drop since the break. A great third quarter for them offensively.
And they're getting points, they're getting stops, and this is how they'd like to play all the time.
Great example of how to build a lead and then sustain it. You win games on both ends of the floor.
Now here's Jackson. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Jerome. Shot to stop the run. Avdia with the rebound. Avdia's got his 7th rebound here tonight. Pass to Sharp. Now Avdia. Outside Holiday. Here's Kamara. Guarded by Jackson. Now Kamara. He's got 14. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
Yeah, to put together this kind of performance at both ends of the floor on the road, it's impressive.
Now here's Wells. He averages more than 12 points a game. That's some dependable production. Pass to Sharp. Here's Kamara. And it's Donovan Clingan with the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. The Grizzlies making a switch here. Spencer's checked in. The Grizzlies shooting just 33%, struggling to get good looks. Outside Jackson. And here is Wells. And Jackson with the basket on the assist by Wells. Jackson's got 6.
Nice read. Sets his teammate up. You like how they're sharing the ball.
Now here's Henderson. He's guarded closely. Pass to Sissoko. Here's Grant. No good there off the double clutch. Jackson finds Wells. Here's Spencer. Still yet to score. Jackson from long range. Cans it from downtown. Portland's gone 3 of 5 with the long ball since entering the second half. Screened by Grant. Henderson passes to Krejci. And here is Grant, guarded by Jackson. Grant down low. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
And a chance for 3 the old-fashioned way for Grant. He finds a way to make the most of his chances.
And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Portland.
Well, you got to love their aggressiveness on the offensive glass. They have just refused to give up on any of the plays.
Another place they've had the upper hand tonight is in transition. They've gotten a bunch of their points off the fast break.
Well, this guy's a classic example of hard work paying off. Jeremy Grant has developed into a very impactful player.
Here's Coward, and he can be counted on to put some points on the board every night. He's averaging right around 13.5 points a game. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. Jeremy Grant picks one up. The Grizzlies shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
The line for the Grizzlies, Hendricks. 2 shots.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
First free throw is good. He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Love deciding where to go with it. For 3, Henderson. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's Spencer. And it's good, 2 points.
Yeah, that's what they want to see. He has to start asserting himself. They need him to take command of this game.
Now here's Love. Defense right on him. Right wing. Henderson outside. Grant for 3. Lets it fly. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
When the defense is playing off you like that, you want to be able to convert. But that time, he just couldn't get it done.
Wells passes to Spencer. Here's Coward. Pass to Aldama. Here's Spencer. Lets it go with the 3. It's hauled in by Sissoko. Yang pass to Love.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Sinks that one from the post. Love's got his first basket of the night.
And not quite as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half, sticking to the high percentage shots, playing smart with the lead.
Here's Hendricks. He averages about 5 points a game. Beyond the arc. Pass to Spencer. Here's Hendricks. Puts up a 3. Henderson pulls it in.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2.
Yeah, I think Grant doubles down when the defense gets close. He wants to get the whistle.
And this is his 4th trip to the free throw line tonight. That free throw missing. And the second free throw, good. And here's Jerome. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
1:06 left to play here in the third. A 3-pointer off the mark. Portland's gotten the 3-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. No question, Scoot Henderson has excelled from a very early age.
Yeah, look, Kevin, I think it was tough on Scoot Henderson when he first came in the league. The expectations were so high, and we didn't absolutely dominate early. People got down on him, but this is a really talented guy. If we just give him a little time, he's going to be one of the best guards in this league.
And that one falls for Henderson.
Well, Scoot has all the physical attributes. He has the fearless mentality. But like most young players, he just needs some time to develop and adapt to the NBA game.
And Portland making a change here. Cook's checked in. That one is no good. The Grizzlies shooting a pretty wretched 28% in the third quarter. This offense needs to maybe try some different angles. 41 seconds left here in the third quarter. Pass to Henderson. Shoots a three. Jerome with the rebound. And for the Grizzlies, they're shooting just 35%. They've got to get better looks. Stolen by Henderson. And now the fast break. Grant with the ball. 17 seconds left to play in the third. Now here's Henderson. 6 points for him. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pass to Sissoko from the arc. No good on that one. The 3 quarters of play all in the books. And this one all but over already. Portland out in front, just dominating this one. And time for the short break, and stay right where you are. The fourth quarter is coming up next. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Yeah, he puts that pass right on the money and made things look easy for his teammates.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Henderson. Rob Williams is out there with Grant, and it's Yang in at the 5 roaming the paint. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Hendricks passes to Anderson. That 3 off the mark. Anderson's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Pass to Williams. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Anderson looking it over. Grant, right side. Henderson outside. The three-pointer, no good. Henderson's gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Williams against Anderson. Out to the right wing. So, GA between the NBA Cup, the play-in, the new All-Star game format, the NBA not averse to some experimentation.
No doubt. And listen, not all the ideas have been successful, right? But overall, that willingness to innovate has paid off. The world doesn't stand still, and neither should the NBA.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The first free throw is good. Coach, I know you're familiar with Caldwell Pope's game from coaching him early in his career.
Yeah, look, Kevin, and he's just continued to get better and better. And like most veteran guys, he's just gotten smarter with the experience that he has. This is a guy who plays with great energy. He's in great shape, and he is tough as heck and is not going to make many mistakes. Well, any team would see benefit from adding Kentavious Caldwell-Pope to their roster. He does a little of everything and just wants to help his team win.
Count that one.
And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, my man is going for the jugular.
Here's Spencer. Here's Jerome. Spencer, the pass to Anderson. Shoots over Henderson. The rebound by Grant. Grant's got rebound number 5 here tonight. 2nd minute off the clock now in the 4th. Henderson for 3. Jerome with the rebound.
Well, sometimes it's just not your night. But despite his struggles, they're ahead in the game.
Anderson finds Caldwell-Pope. Makes it off the glass.
Yeah, and knifing into the middle. Caldwell-Pope, not just a perimeter threat, Young fella can elevate.
Henderson passes to Grant. Here's the screen. An easy 2 points on the layup. Grant's got 20 points.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Anderson against Henderson. And Anderson gets it to go.
Can't argue with a chance like that. Give me more of those.
Portland's gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the fourth quarter. Around 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Yang passes to Henderson. Grant in the post. Rebounded by Prosper.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Now here's Caldwell Pope. Pass to Anderson. Draws contact on the shot, and now a three-point play chance as he'll head to the line.
Well, Anderson is used to having to finish through contact. He's so good at baiting defenders to foul him.
And as we've seen, Greg, navigating this age of social media can be difficult for an NBA player.
Yeah, a momentary indiscretion can get broadcast to the whole world. So there's a need for caution that's probably higher than in decades past.
And Portland making a change here. Wesley's checked in. That one misses for Anderson.
Well, a player like Anderson will always have a role because he's a glue guy who can do a little of everything, and he doesn't need the ball to make an impact.
Grant outside. Clock at 6. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Grant's got 6 here in this quarter.
Look, you know that's where Grant likes to play, using that body in close.
Left side, Anderson going inside.
And he just big boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
Pass to Sissoko. Back to Henderson. They set the pick. And some nice ball movement here by the Trailblazers. No good from Grant. And it's Anderson with the ball for the Memphis Grizzlies. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. Pass to Jerome. Back to Anderson. It falls for his 5th field goal of the night. Now shooting 5 for 8.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
And here is Grant. Lets the 3 fly. Shot's good by Wesley. Wesley's got his first 3 points of the game.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Into the lane. Jerome with it for 3. That one, no good.
Yeah, there's no reason for the defense to get out on him right now. Just let him keep taking that shot until he shows them he's going to knock it down.
Anderson passes to Jackson. And the dunk by Jackson.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Henderson, no one around him. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Grizzlies have gone 6 of 9 on their field goal attempts since the start of the fourth quarter. Spencer, the pass to Anderson. And Jeremy Grant picks up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans, Greg. That's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Be careful, Kevin. We don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls, but overall, I think our officials do a great job in the game is about as fair as it can be.
And it's Coward missing.
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
At the top of the key, Williams. Pass to Wesley. Now here's Love. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
That's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Outside Jackson. Back to Jerome. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got his 3rd assist on the night. It's Wesley on the wing, guarded by Jerome. Here's Grant. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
Well, he is putting up some numbers tonight. Jeremy Grant getting it done.
And Portland making a change here. Krejci's checked in. The free throw drops for Grant. And with all the talk about load management, coach, and player participation, what about getting rid of players fouling out?
Yeah, I'm not a fan of getting rid of players fouling out. I do like the idea, and I think Scott Skiles was the one who brought it up, Kevin, of taking like the offensive fouls and just having that be a turnover, like the illegal screen or a charge, and not charge that as a personal foul, where honestly you end up being punished double.
Now here's Love. Grant up top. Uses the glass to finish the way. Grant's got 15 points here in the second half.
Man, just adding insult to injury. He just waltzes inside and extends this lead.
Well, it's not going to get any easier if they can't improve their defensive intensity. They got to show some fight.
Here's Wells. Pass to Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
Well, at nearly 7 feet, throwing it down is probably almost effortless for Aldama.
Here's Krejci, covered by Wells. Here's Sissoko. And again, it's Portland converted.
That pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look for him.
Here's Aldama. And Aldama slams it in.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Grant outside. And teams take more threes now than ever before. More than double the average attempts we saw in the 90s.
Well, I think what's happened, Kevin, is we just have more guys who can shoot the ball. So in the 90s, you might have had 2 guys who shot the ball well from 3 and made it a good shot. Now, on a lot of teams, virtually everyone on the roster can shoot the 3. If we have more guys on the floor who can space out and shoot the 3, we're going to have a lot more attempts and a lot more efficiency on those attempts.
So it's the Grizzlies now, following the miss by Jeremy Grant. Here's Krejci. Pass to Love. Here's Sissoko.
2 minutes in the game.
Outside Williams. Up against Jerome. Love, no good. The Grizzlies shooting it brilliantly here lately. 60% from the field. Now Aldama. Here's Coward. Off target from three-point range. It's stolen by Aldama. Pass to Wells. Now Jerome. He's guarded by Williams. And here's Jackson. Memphis moving that ball around. Here's Jerome. No good on the 3. They are enjoying a commanding lead.
And it really gives them the opportunity to give their starters a rest. Always critical when you get ready for that home stretch.
Well, going into a promising draft like this past summer, Greg, are losing teams trying to secure that lottery ticket to the stars?
Well, you look at the last, 4.5 decades worth of champions. Only 5 of those teams were led by a player taken outside the top 7 in the draft. So you can see why teams are trying to draft so high.
And he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from Love. 1:10 left to play here in the fourth.
And one team is just completely outclassing the other tonight. Spirited performance, and it really ignited what is turning out to be a monster win here for the Trailblazers.
This was a team performing to its fullest capability.
A hugely satisfying win. A game that not many will soon forget. And on the other side, one that I think most will try to forget.
And so this is going to end up as victory number 24 on the year.
And with this win now, we're all square, 1-1. 2 more games yet to come in what's proving to be a very competitive season series.
The one player that really stands out, of course, in this one, it was a dazzling game for Donovan Clingan.
He has really stood out tonight with his work on the glass. You can see the extra effort coming through.
.36 left to play in the final quarter. Pass to Coward. Back to Jerome. There's a screen by Aldama. And that one is good from Jerome.
Well, the screen is what gave him space to make his move.
And Love's got the ball here for Portland. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. They poured it on tonight. Dominant showing in front of a crowd that loved every minute of it.
And, you know, this game could really be a defining one for what they can do when they are playing at their best. I mean, being here at home no doubt helps, and the execution was flawless.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. And for all of us here at the table, Stan Van Gundy and Greg Anthony and our terrific sideline reporter, Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for being with us tonight. But as we go, let's take a look at our player of the game, Donovan Clingan.